Hi there, you've joined us on Starting Up. Now, getting a telephone set up here in the country without a doubt is a time-consuming process. And so you can well imagine for small and medium enterprises, it could take as much as a full month. Well, what if somebody told you that they could get you a telephone line up and running in 20 minutes? Well, that's exactly what Exotel hopes to do, and here they are making their pitch to super angel Sanjay Parthasarthi. It's over to Sudhir then in our studios.
Hello and welcome to Super Angels, the show where we endeavor to find India's next super entrepreneur. I have with me Super Angel Sanjay Parthasarthi. Sanjay, welcome back to the show.
Sudhir.
Sanjay, it's your last time on Super Angels. We're going to miss you. So, Sanjay, the startup we have today is from the cloud space. It actually links cloud and telephony. What do you make of all the interest in the cloud space over the last 2 years?
Well, I think the cloud is exactly what the doctor ordered for India in terms of IT. You know, in the old days, landline telephony had lots of last mile problems. Everything from deployment to getting it installed. So I think it's made for India.
What do you make of PBX on the cloud?
That is an interesting question.
We'll have all your answers. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pitch.
How many times have you seen businesses that have not just one number but 5? And even with all these 5 numbers, you never seem to get through to them. Solutions such as call centers are expensive and time consuming. So disconnect that line because we have a solution called Exotel. Exotel is an innovative voice and SMS technology. It's a phone management platform on the cloud. So firstly, you tell your customer about your number. One number to call and to SMS. When a call comes in, our technology routes this call to yours and your staff's phones on the basis of convenience. So then you can customize your preferences based on who's calling or where they're calling from or even what time it is. This eliminates the need for a call center because your staff can get the calls no matter where they are. Our customers can choose from a landline, toll-free or a 10-digit mobile number. But we recommend a mobile number so that they can send and receive SMSs on it as well. Our pricing model is one where we charge the consumer 1 paisa per person per second for all voice calls and 6 paisa per SMS. There are no setup costs or fixed costs. With this business model, we project revenues of 2 crores in year 1, this moving up to 105 crores in year 5. I'd like to make a pitch for 3 crores for a 10% stake in the company.
Sanjay, fantastic. What do you make of that pitch?
It's a good pitch. I mean, he's clear, he's concise.
Right.
I still don't know what it is.
What's the key question you want to ask him when he comes in?
I want to hammer in on what is it?
Okay.
And then I want to talk about, my favorite topic.
Scaling up.
Absolutely.
So Sanjay has a whole number of questions. Let's go ahead and invite Shiv Kumar from Exotel into the studio.
Hey Shiv, how are you?
Doing all right?
Yes, hi Shiv. Take us through your background. What were the steps that led to Exotel?
So I was running another company called Rupit, and I had to find a unique voice and SMS solution for that company. And we were a startup, and we didn't have a lot of cash, and we didn't have a lot of time to invest to build a phone system. And turns out that there was nothing in the market that I could have just bought and started off. Sure. So we were sort of meant to build this phone system ourselves.
So, as I told Sudhir, what is this? I mean, tell me the 3 things that you would tell them that this does for them.
It's faster, it's cheaper, and it's better. It's faster. Typically, it takes between 4 to 6 weeks to set up a office telephone system and between 8 to 10 weeks to set up a call center. With Exotel, you can go live up and running in like 20 minutes from now. It's cheaper. A typical phone bill for an office ends up somewhere between 10 to 15,000, and a call center bill should be between 30 to 35,000. The average consumer of Exotel pays us 4,000 rupees a month. And it's better because there are a number of things that are currently not possible in the phone systems because of the way they've built it. Example being one number to receive both your voice and SMS, right? So such a thing is not possible on a landline number. It's not possible on some of the existing systems, right? So this opens up a lot of possibilities on the kind of innovation, the kind of business logic that you can now create to make somebody else's life easier.
Give us a case study with a client of yours, or just assume a niche e-commerce site, right, which hasn't yet hit volumes. They are probably a client of yours in some ways, a niche e-commerce site. Tell us how you will add value to their lives.
As soon as a call comes in, we might say, thank you for calling Exotel. Press 1 for this.
Thank you for calling that e-commerce site actually. Na?
Yeah, thank you for calling the e-commerce site. Press 1 for support, press 2 for vendor management.
Right.
So he presses 1. The fact that he's pressed 1, the fact that this is the number that is called, this is the time of day he called, and the call was connected to this person.
Right.
Just like how you can create a workflow business logic for the call, you can also create a workflow or a business logic for your SMS. It's all given to him, and the format in which he wants is completely up to him. We could now send this over email, over SMS, call a URL. All of those things are possible.
So, and then you charge him one price, and this analysis is free.
So we actually don't charge for the product, we only charge for the service. We only charge for usage, 1 paisa per second per person. So we don't have a concept of incoming or outgoing or any of those things. All that really matters are the number of people who are on your phone number at any given point in time, right? So what that means is, let's say I call up and we're saying, thank you for calling this e-commerce company. There's just one person who's using the system right now. So the clock is ticking at 1 paisa per second. Let's say the call is now connected to Sanjay. Now there are 2 people on this number. Now let's say he's going to bring you on conference to clear something out.
But let's assume he routes it to me and he's not on conference with me.
Yeah, then that will be
2 paisa per
again 2 paisa per second.
Okay.
So all that really matters are the number of people who are on a number at a given point in time.
Because you're paying for the bandwidth? Is that the logic?
Just question is on the cost backend and what's actually costing you. Is this related or is nowhere related?
It is not. We've completely decoupled the both.
You don't want to tell us what it's costing you actually.
I don't want to tell you what's costing us.
So one thing I want to point out, he's got 3 buzzwords in terms of what it does, right? It's got cloud, it's got business intelligence, right? And he's got this universal number.
$1 billion valuation, man.
Yeah, $1 billion, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's only asking for 3 crores.
What's your go-to-market strategy, Shiv Kumar?
So as you all see, even I am not extremely sure about what Exotel is actually meant to be. Some of these market segments and why people are buying Exotel, what are they using it for, these are the things that are emerging right now.
Right.
And once you know which segment you're addressing, there are some well-proven methodologies in India and abroad that you can use to sort of reach out to these guys. Typically that involves money and setting up a sales channel and a distribution
What are you
channel.
doing right?
Well, stop. You're absolutely right. If people know what it does and why they should buy it, that's, you're in the starting block. But you're selling this to people who can't afford call centers. What sales force are you going to go deploy? Why isn't this self-service?
It's definitely going to be self-service, but my hunch is that people in India are not going to buy it online.
So his fear
cost
is that it's too
structure.
complicated for people to buy online. If what he's saying is right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then make it simple enough for people to buy online to get started.
Correct. So some of these hard things like value proposition, these things are emerging right now and we've sort of cracked it. Right now, there is one remaining hard problem to solve, which is how we're going to go sell this.
So you should try this. The radio, okay, newspapers. I mean, those are all traditional ways to reach that market, right? The telcos, are they competition or are they partners?
They are partners, and they can become competition if they really see that this is extremely large business, and so I don't. Airtel and Vodafone and all these guys can build what we've built. I mean, they have the competence and the infrastructure.
There's no technology barrier to entry.
There's no technology barrier to entry.
Should you be saying that?
No, there is some technology barrier to entry, but a company such as Airtel can figure it out if they want to. Right? I figured it out in 6 months. Airtel can figure it out in 6 months.
They're in the business of selling data pipes, and this is this is an application for a data pipe.
Yes, and in fact, they are our customers. I mean, we are their customers. So they are giving us the data pipe.
So why not have them be your sales force?
That's a possibility. We would definitely consider it.
Take us through your revenue projections, and current run rate is 60,000 rupees per month. Still very, very small. I mean, with due respect to you, right?
Very, very small. I mean, currently only selling in Bangalore, right? We want to now, next we are going to come to Bombay, and then we want to launch it in all the circles across India. And in each circle, if we start selling one company a day for the next 5 years, that's the projection that we're seeing.
How do you think about profit?
The worst case, every second we are making 25% profit.
So as the number of users go up, you keep making more profit, right?
That's right.
Okay. So it goes up to how much?
It can go all the way up to 90% actually.
Moving to valuation, Sanjay, what's your take on 3 crores for 10%?
Well, I mean, there's a bubble. I mean, you can ask for anything you want, but really the sensible way I think to approach this is, what do you need to build a company? How much money do you need to build a company? And then how much are you willing to give up?
Shiv Kumar 3 crores for 10%. Give us your reasoning behind that.
See, I think there are a finite number of things that people can do to take a product to the market, SME market in India. If I'm going to sell it to HLL,
Right.
I'm going to go do sales. If I'm going to sell it to hundreds of SMEs, I'm going to do marketing.
Go to market cost.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sanjay, what's your take on Shiv Kumar, the entrepreneur, Exotel, the product, and the business?
I mean, Shiv is articulate as usual. He's clearly done some good work, and as I said, he gives himself less credit than he should. I think this is about execution.
What would you like to see change over the next 3 months?
Well, the scaling part.
Okay.
He hasn't thought through yet, I think, how he's going to scale.
Well, Sanjay likes Shiv Kumar. What he'd like to see in Exotel is a lot more scale over the next 3 months, and that's what perhaps Shiv will be working on towards the grand finale. Well, you can vote for Exotel by SMSing us, writing to us on our Facebook wall, or by simply emailing us. Will Shiv Kumar be India's next super entrepreneur? Well, continue watching us on Super Angels and find out.
And as always, over the next 6 months, Exotel will be mentored by our mentors from TIE. Also, good time to remind you that we have very few slots left on these series. So do keep sending us your applications for Super Angels. We'll take a quick breather here on the show, but coming up, we head to NASSCOM Emerge in Gurgaon to meet some of the country's most promising mobile startups.